Hi, this is Janice of Growing Light Wellness and Yoga. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about some practices that can be helpful with fatigue and some of the symptoms that are common in both chronic fatigue syndrome and in some people who are struggling with post-COVID long haul symptoms. That overwhelming fatigue, body aches, exercise intolerance can be very common. It's not your fault. It's not anything that you've done wrong. Sometimes it can even happen in people who are not struggling with those syndromes. I've experienced that myself. I have fibromyalgia, so sometimes I have days where just getting out of bed feels like running a marathon. So I wanted to share some practices with you today based on isometric contractions combined with some of the principles of yoga. We will be working with some breathing, and this whole practice will be done lying on your back. It can be done on a mat, it can be done on a blanket, or even in your bed. The most important thing is that you find the position that is most comfortable for you. If you do these practices a few times a week, you will likely see an improvement in your strength and in your stamina, your activity tolerance. There are a couple of studies that have addressed that in patients with chronic fatigue syndrome, and I can share those in the links below. So let's start by finding a comfortable position. Again, you can be on a blanket, on your mat, or in a bed. The most important thing is that you are comfortable as you can be. I'm outside today. It's a beautiful day. I covered myself in sunscreen and brought my mat outside to enjoy it. But if it's too much for you to be out in the sun, feel free to turn your lights down, to do this in a darkened room. Adjust the temperature and your location until you find what's right for you. Maybe you want to do this before you even attempt to get out of bed in the morning, and that's great. So start by finding a comfortable position. Go ahead and lie down. And remember that we're going to be integrating some isometric muscle contraction into that, so that what that means is we're not lengthening the muscles or putting pressure on the muscles. We're using like the internal forces to contract. So you just do what you can do and know that whatever you're doing, if it feels good in your body, it's the right thing for you. If you feel like today you're too tired to even contract those muscles, then you don't need to. You can simply lie there, placing your hands on your belly. Let's go ahead and do that now. And feeling your breath move in and out. As you breathe in, feel the belly expand, the chest rise, your hands rise with the belly. And as you breathe out, feel the body empty and soften. Allow your legs to be about as wide as your shoulders if that feels comfortable to you. Feet relaxed and turned out to the sides. Release your hands down to the sides, palms up. If you can, press into the elbows and lift your upper back just a little bit as you roll your shoulders back and down, and then relax back onto your mat or your bed. What this does is opens up that space across the chest and may facilitate your breathing. See if that feels any easier to you. Just take a few breaths here and allow a sense of relaxation to cascade over the body like a wave or a soft blanket. On your next breath, interlace your fingers. Maybe reach them up toward the sky, allowing the shoulder blades to move forward a bit, and then up overhead, and then retract the shoulder blades down the back. Bend the elbows, bring the hands behind the head. So I'll turn on my side here so you can see. Your fingers are kind of in the middle of the back of your head, and your thumbs are just below the base of the skull, supporting the neck. So we're still flat on our mats here. Bend your knees in. Lift your hips just slightly and reach your tailbone towards your heels. And now relax back down. Straighten the legs back out. This relieves some of the pressure around the waist and the spine. Without moving the head, press the fingers and the thumbs into the back of the head and neck and just turn your eyes to the right. Breathe in and out. Feel the body soften. Move the eyes to the right. You may feel a need to yawn or sigh here, and that's normal. That's an activation of your vagus nerve. And then move the eyes back to center. Take a full breath here. And then move the eyes to the left without moving your head. I actually have my eyes closed because the sun is very bright and right over my head. But I can still feel my eyes moving to the left. Still feeling the fingers and the thumbs pressing into the back of the head and neck. Still feeling my body soften with each breath. I have a little company here. Dogs are inside, but it looks like the chickens are going to join me. And inhale, bringing your eyes back to center. Now, keeping your lower body relaxed, on your next inhale, start to curl up just a little bit. You don't have to come up very high, even if you just come up an inch or so off your mat or the bed. Pressing into your head and neck with the back of your hands and your thumbs. Press the head down towards your mat or your bed as you press against the head with your hands. This is an isometric contraction. Take a few breaths here. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, hum. One more breath in. Release. This time we'll lift and press in and just hum in your head. Inhale, release. The hum helps to ensure that you're not overexerting yourself, that you can still vocalize during that movement. And it also helps to stimulate the vagus nerve, which runs down through your throat and into the belly and controls parts of the sympathetic nervous system. So on the next in-breath, just curl up a little bit. See if you can curl up a little bit more this time, now that you've completed that part of the exercise. And then relax down. Release the hands down to your side, move back into that Shavasana. Take a breath here, bringing your attention to the back of the neck and the hands, and see if you feel anything different. Any new sensations, any warmth, any tingling. If you don't, that's fine. And then bring the hands back behind the head. And this time we'll turn the head to the right. I'm going to take my sunglasses off for this. And bend the right elbow in slightly. I'll show you on this side. So it's just like this. You're lifting up. Inhale, lift the head. Press the head into the hand. Press the hand into the head. On the exhale, and release. And we'll turn the head to the other side. Inhale, lift. Bring that elbow in slightly. Exhale, and release. Back to the first side. Really turn your head gently here, especially if you have some dizziness. You can also stick with the same side for 3 turns and then do the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And lower. Inhale the other side. Bring that elbow in. Exhale. And And then remember, this third round is where we do the silent hum in our head. So inhale, lift, and exhale. Turn the other way. Inhale, lift, and exhale. We'll come back down here. Take a breath here. And exhale, release the hands down to the sides. And notice if you feel any difference here. Bend the elbows and release. Turn the head from side to side. Feel any new sensations in that area. And just take a moment here to rest. Bend the knees. Lift the hips slightly and move the tailbone towards the heels as we did when we first started. And relax. We're going to this time bring that contraction into our head, elbows and heels at the same time. So as you'll inhale, this is a really subtle movement. And exhale, press the head, elbows, and the heels into your mat, into your bed, contracting the whole body. And release. Good. And let's do that with our hum. So inhale and exhale. Putting that pressure into the mat or the bed. Release. Inhale. Applying that pressure, that isometric contraction. Release. Inhale. And release. And then this time our silent hum as we inhale and exhale, applying that pressure. And release. Turn the palms up, allow the feet to relax out to the side, and feel any sensation that travels through the body. Bend the elbows, bring the hands in slightly, bend the knees. And we'll move into what is similar to a bridge pose, but knowing that you don't have to go up very far to get the benefit of this. So inhaling, and what we're going to do is press into our feet and into our palms, bringing the hips up just slightly with that hum on our exhale. So inhaling, exhale, pressing down into the feet and into the hands. And release. One more time with the vocalization. So inhaling, exhale, really feeling that contraction through the waist and the belly. Exhale, release. Inhale, and this time silent exhale or just to the sound of your breath. And release. And we'll take a moment here, straighten the legs, turn the palms up, allow the feet to relax out to the side. Feel any difference in the body, any sensations that you've created around the waist, and the belly area, and the feet and the legs. As we move into our relaxation, first we'll bring the knees into the chest. Widen the knees here so that you're comfortable. You can hold on top of the legs or behind the thighs. If you need to, you can set the feet down on the mat. See if you can hug those knees in though. And just rock a little bit side to side. Maybe making some circles with your low back. Hug the knees in. Bring the forehead toward the knees. And again, it doesn't matter how high you get. See how much you can contract here. Take a breath in. Take another breath in. Take another breath in. If you can sip in just a little bit more air as you contract everything, flex your fingers, your toes, and then exhale, release gently down to the mat. Palms turn up, feet splay out to the sides. Bring the arms out to a T, nice and wide if that's comfortable for you. Bend the knees. Inhale. And exhale, allow the knees to drop to the left. You can bring your left hand to the top of the right knee if that's comfortable for you. You can also support the knees here with a block or a blanket or pillow. Feeling the release through your spine and your hips. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the right. You can keep your head in the center. You can look over your left arm, or you can look in the same direction as your knees. Find what's comfortable for you. The purpose of this part of the practice is to sink deeply into relaxation. Inhale the knees back to center and roll over onto your left side. Curl into a ball. Release all the way onto your mat or your bed. Feeling supported, feeling the weight of your body sinking into that surface. Feeling the energy that you've created during this practice, knowing that you've accomplished so much already. You're strong. You are capable. There is hope. Each day can be better. Take one more inhale here. And exhale as you start to just gently push yourself up to a seat if you'd like to. If that feels like too much today, come back onto your back with the knees either bent or the legs straight, feet out to the sides. Bring your hands back to your belly and reconnect with that breath. If you've brought yourself up to a seat, you can either bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, or release your hands to your knees, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Take a few breaths here together. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. If you're on your back, inhale the arms out wide. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart, either in prayer position or crossed over each other as if you're giving yourself a big heart hug. And let's say one time a loving kindness meditation for ourselves, knowing that we can extend that out to the rest of the world. The first part of that is extending that loving kindness to ourselves, which is sometimes the hardest thing to do. So deep breath in, and on the exhale, say to yourself, either out loud or in your head, may I be healthy, may I be happy, may I feel loved and at peace. May I be healthy, may I be happy, may I feel loved and at peace. One more deep breath in and exhale, sighing it out. Thank you so much for joining me today. This practice is new to me as well, but I think it has so much potential. I wanted to make sure that I shared it with you as soon as I could. So I'll be exploring this a little bit more and sharing some more with you. I hope you found it helpful. I'd love to hear what you thought. Let's take a deep breath in together, maybe bring the thumbs to the forehead. And exhale, releasing the hands to seal your practice. Thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day.